Hi everyone, I'm Alice and I'm going to make another video about medication that's to do with mental health. I realised almost as soon as I finished the last video that there was a load of stuff that I'd forgotten to mention, and so I'm going to do a part 2 to my previous video. I'll put a link to the old video in the comment section so you can go and look at that if you haven't seen it yet. I've been feeling pretty bad lately, so I thought maybe if I make a video I will feel like less of a crappy person, so fingers crossed it will work. Okay, one thing that actually my mum brought up to me, which is quite embarrassing that I didn't think of it. I said in my last video that if you are having bad side effects or if the medication you've been put on really isn't working for you, you should, just stop taking it and go back to the doctor and try something else. I should have mentioned that you probably shouldn't just stop cold with any medication. You should go to the doctor first and they can tell you how to come off the meds and work something else out. A lot of the time with that kind of medication, if you just stop cold, it can often make you feel really ill. It's happened to me before. I didn't do this on purpose, but there have been a couple of times where I've forgotten to take my medication in the morning, either because I've been travelling or just because I'm a ditz sometimes. And that evening I usually start to feel really kind of lightheaded and dizzy and kind of like I'm coming down with a cold, and I think, oh, am I getting sick? And then I think, oh no, I didn't take my sertraline this morning, whoops. So yeah, I mean, they can have quite bad effects on you if you just stop them. So a doctor will probably be able to help you, figure something else out. Another thing I wanted to mention is that it's really, really important to take any medication you've been given as instructed. Whether the doctor says, take 1 a day, take 2 a day, the time of day you should take them, it's really important that you stick to that. And I feel like this is kind of a problem in society in general, because there's this whole thing of, happy pills, and you can just sort of pop a pill that's to treat mental health when you're feeling bad, and it's like an aspirin and it will make you feel better almost straight away, and that really isn't the case. Usually with this kind of medication, it will take at least 2 weeks of taking them regularly as instructed for it to have any effect on you. And it's not like an aspirin or an antibiotic where it's an immediate effect. It's, changing the chemical imbalance in your brain, which is a very complicated process. I don't fully understand it. I don't have a medical background, but it does take time, and you've got to, I know when you're depressed, you just want to be out of it and you want any kind of release. And it's frustrating that you have to wait that long, but it can't really be helped, I'm afraid. And yeah, they shouldn't be taken recreationally, and it's, you've just, yeah. That was something that I have been guilty of in the past. I was on mirtazapine for a while, but it just made me go to sleep. And so I had to come off because I was in the middle of writing my MA thesis and I really couldn't afford to be sleeping for, 15 hours a day. But I did hang on to them for a while, and I used to take them if I was going through a really bad patch and I just needed some kind of escape, because I thought, well, okay, I can just, sleep and then I won't have to deal with anything. I shouldn't have done that, and it's not good or healthy to do that. So, really try not to if you can possibly help it. Another thing that I would recommend is to educate yourself on what is available to you. I went to a doctor once and I'd been on a couple of different things. Nothing had really worked for me. And she said, oh, well, I think we've kind of run out of options. I had not run out of options. There were plenty of options. She was just full of shit, basically. So yeah, you need to educate yourself on what's available. You need to educate yourself on what potential side effects are. It's easy to feel powerless when you're seeing a doctor and they're giving you all of this medication and they're sort of telling you what is right for you and what you feel, what you should feel. And no one knows your condition as well as you do. And you shouldn't have to just go into things blind. You should make sure that you know as much as the doctor about what you're taking and what you could take. There are plenty of forums online that I found to be really helpful, where people can go on and discuss what they've been taking and how they've found it and what side effects they've had. So that could be really helpful to just check some of those out. And there are plenty of actual medical websites as well where you can have a look. Obviously different things are available in different countries, so that's something to keep in mind. I know that there's a lot more available in the United States than there is in the UK. But yeah, just see what there is available, and then if you get the doctor who tries to bullshit you, you can say, no, actually, I think you're all fine. And yeah, just, make sure you know where you stand as far as medication goes. Don't just take something blindly. Make sure you know the facts. But yeah, I mean, just don't be frightened to take medication. It's scary, yeah. And, when you think about, this is something that's going to affect my brain, affect the way I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a weird thought, but honestly, the depression and the mental illness is probably doing more damage than taking something to alleviate it. So yeah, just go in with an open mind, but if you're really uncomfortable with something, or if something's having a bad effect or no effect, don't be afraid to go back and say, look, we need to make some changes. Okay, I think I've covered everything that I'd forgotten before. As always, I'm happy to have feedback, and next time I'm going to be talking about doctors, and good doctors, which I've had experience of one, and bad doctors, which I've had experience of many. And I know that that can be an issue, and it's a horrible, horrible thing to have to deal with when you're already suffering from mental illness. So yeah, I just want to talk about my experiences, and hopefully it will make someone else feel better who's dealing with horrible doctors as well, and just, give you a bit of encouragement, hopefully. So yeah, any feedback would be very much appreciated. I'm sorry I've been a bit crap for this video, but yeah, I'm really not feeling great at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching.